So a lot of people look at their graph and they see these marks down here on, and they're like, man, I found an awesome school of bass. Well, no, you found fish on a place, but this lake is, a lake on the TVA system. These fish are accustomed to being offshore. When I say fish, I'm talking about every fish in here. Drum school up offshore, Asian carp school up offshore, catfish school up offshore. The bluegill will in the summer. I've spent a ton of time going up and down these ledges, and people will see this stuff and go, man, look at all the bass. None of those are bass. Those are all Asian carp. What I've learned is when they're bass, they are locked to the bottom. They'll be dunk, 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 all along, just in a real tight group. When they start getting up on top of each other in the signatures, I mean, this thing's looking down 21 feet. You start seeing big signatures like that. You're talking 7, 8, 9, 10-pound fish. Do you believe that there's that many 10-pound bass down there on a spot? No, that's probably not logical. So more than anything, what I've learned with the bass is when they're catchable and they're down there on the bottom, they're close together, they're in a row, lined up on the bottom, they'll tick mark on the bottom. There'll be like 20 real close together, lined up in a line along the bottom, instead of stacked up on top of each other, kind of spread out all through the water column. Now, as the schools get bigger, and you start graphing over these places and schools of bass get on them that have hundreds of bass on them, yeah, they will stack up a little bit, but there'll still be a narrow band of them, and they'll still be aligned along the bottom, and they'll be thick. The reason they stack up is because they literally all can't fit there together on the bottom. They're darting in and out and chasing shad, but they're still real close to the bottom in a band. You start seeing these little puffs, or you'll see like fish stacked, look almost like they're on a ladder on top of each other. A lot of times that's white bass and crappie. That's how they like to orientate in the water. When I start seeing stuff like that, see how those are all that same level right down to the bottom. That's probably maybe 3 or 4 bass right there. That's more what they're gonna look like. When you're running current, those fish are gonna be real approximated to the bottom.